everybody, my name's Nikki. I'm here today from Helsinki-based tech house Morda. Who's heard of us before? Okay, all right, fair enough. You guys at the back, fantastic. For those of you who haven't heard of us, Morda is a travel technology house specialised in sustainable travel technologies, as well as holistic hospitality solutions. Our core product is an all-you-need platform that combines the commercial booking engine, channel management, PMS and resource management tools in one place. We are natively cloud-based and power hotels, resorts, destinations and also activity companies. I'm super excited. I'm joined today by our CEO Matti in the back. So if you've got any really difficult questions after this, direct them all at him. So on the topic of today and how to increase value through our direct bookers online, I will be talking about added value and how to push that through your funnel, looking at 3 different areas that all combined make it easier for the customer to book. The first piece will be a little introduction into psychology, so open your mind already. The second bit will be looking at various different new technologies that have been pumped into booking engines globally to make the pathway smoother. And the third piece is really a task for you all to look at the way that you place your products and build your products in your online booking funnel. So if you remember those 3 things and the connections between them, hopefully you'll get something out of today's session. So, many of us in hospitality think about understanding our customers through segments. We segment our customers, we give them personas, we've spoken about it already today. We look at their behaviour primarily based on who they are, not necessarily what they're doing. I won't be doing any of that. I'll be looking at exactly their behaviour online and how that spurs different types of triggers within your booking funnel and what to look out for when it comes to building those products and also the kind of technology that you've got within it. I'm going to start with an example on behaviour. Me, Nicole Pagels, I am a millennial. I am a mum of 2. I have a 5-year-old and a 1-year-old. And I really like extreme sports, believe it or not. Me as a segment, you would think that something like a whitewater rafting canoe trip would be really, really cool. You might also think that I'm in the millennial category and I'm a female. I like deluxe rooms with a little bit of pampered salts, for instance, in the bathroom, and that's how you'd go to product place for me. My behaviour, however, is very, very different. How I book my summer holiday for our kids and my family is very different to how I booked my stay here in Tallinn tonight. And I'll give you an example of this now. My annual holiday normally starts in January, where I'm given a destination and off I go and start researching. I look at thousands of villas, thousands of hotels. I make sure they all have that kind of pool safety thing for my 1-year-old so he doesn't plunge in and drown. I have a look at cots, I have a look at high chairs. Like it's basically a process that lasts from January all the way through till April, and then finally I press book and it's done. I'm heavily research driven. However, when I came to Tallinn this week, I realised on Monday, Matti called me up and said, "Where are we staying?" I was like, uh-oh, that's funny. I'm very convenience driven, so I decided to call Irma. I said, "Irma, have you got any rooms left anywhere in Tallinn? We're coming now." Very much know where I'm going. I'm process driven, I've done it before, I know who's going to get me a hotel room really quickly, and more than that, I'm convenience driven. I'm also predictable. The good news is that all of the technologies that we use today in hotels are able to do something called data capture. And data capture allows us to understand our full booking funnel and our direct booking journey to the T. We can predict almost accurately who will come in, who will book, who will fall off at which stage and why, when we look at their behaviour. Now, behavioural categories within online consumer behaviour fall into normally one of 4. The first one is me booking my summer holiday. I'm the complex buying behavioural pattern there, where I start in January, finish in April, I've done all my research, I'm super highly involved in the product that I'm going to book. Now, this kind of behaviour is usually encountered when you're booking something very expensive or infrequent. So it could be a car, it could be a house, it could be that annual holiday with your kids. The second behaviour is something called dissonance-reducing buying behaviour, which is a massive mouthful and you don't need to worry about it. But essentially, this is also a highly involved behavioural pattern that is driven to prevent disappointment. Often here, the customer can't really tell the difference between your products or can't really tell the difference between brands and is trying to make sure that they don't make the wrong decision. The third one is me here in Tallinn this week, habitual buying behaviour, which is characterised by the consumer having very little involvement essentially in the product, but more involvement in the pattern of booking. Now this one's one to watch out for because it's the habitual buying behaviour that often leads to, in direct booking funnels, a customer choosing to hop off and go do it on an OTA because the pattern is the same. This guy is also convenience driven. So the whole booking funnel needs to be convenient in order to be able to part way with those credit card details. And the last behaviour that we see within online consumer behaviour is the variety seeking behaviour. Now this is a client that might already be committed to your product. They might already know what they're looking for, but they're looking for a slight nuance. So instead of staying with you this time, they might go next door, they might go to a similar kind of brand, but they may also want something slightly different from your own funnel. So rather than booking the 3-course meal with soup and meat this time, they might want to go for the vegetarian option this time, just as a little bit of variety. Or they might want different kinds of soaps in your rooms, or they might want a different kind of spa treatment. So this is one that is really interesting when you come to the end of the booking funnel. Who can identify with these behaviours in themselves? Good. Do you notice that here, when you start to talk about behaviour, you're talking about one person with multiple different behaviours. So within the same segment, you're talking about the same person changing. And this is really important to remember in your own booking funnel. It's not just about the person you're trying to target, but what kind of behaviour are they expressing within their own booking funnel. So, how do we capitalise on this? How do we make money? How do we commercialise it? How do we apply behavioural patterns to our own booking journeys? This is what we do at Morda. We combine something called attribute-based selling with agile extras, looking at 2 different parts of the booking funnel. Who's heard of attribute-based selling before, apart from you guys? This is something that is new to the technology world. It's very much being talked about among geeks like me. In order to be able to understand it, I've broken this down into 2 bits. First of all, the understanding of what an attribute is. An attribute, according to the Collins Dictionary, is a quality or feature of a person or thing that is an important part of its nature. To you as hoteliers, this means your core attributes of your building, of your rooms, of the products within it. But not just from your perspective, also from the perspective of your customers. And this is where it's really important to understand the social media age, and particularly Instagram. The way that you see your building is not necessarily the way that your customers see your building. I'll give you an example. I used to work for a hotel chain that had 4 or 5 rooms within the entire hotel chain that had a fresco on the wall done by a local artist. Those frescoes became so popular on Instagram that people started to ask for those frescoes. So the customers themselves made those frescoes into attributes, even though the entire chain thought that the main attribute that they had was the pool. So before we move on, open those minds to thinking about your own attributes, but also thinking about the attributes that you have according to your customers. The easiest way to find this out is to go onto Instagram and see what they're all posting about you. Attribute-based selling. So taking those attributes and pushing them into your booking funnel, you are looking at essentially 3 steps for a customer to make a booking through your direct booking channel. Now this may be broken down into 2 steps, 3 steps, 4 steps, sometimes 5 or 6, but essentially your customer is searching, they're browsing, and they are selecting. But what are they searching for? This is a view of our booking engine at Morda. It's the view of most booking engines that is dominated with a calendar in the middle. The customer looks for a date to come and stay. But is that actually what they want to see? Who's seen this picture before? Okay, yesterday. So this is a picture of the Azalik Hotel in Tulum in Mexico. Now, I'm not dreaming still about going on holiday, or actually I am, but never mind. This picture is of a swing within one of 48 treehouse suites within the Azalik. Now, the Azalik is currently the world's 4th most popular hotel on Instagram. They have 2.7 million followers, and that swing has been reposted a whopping 1.3 million times. How do you book the swing? At the moment, in order to book that swing, you either need to call Mexico and go, hey, do you have a swing available? Or you go through the online booking journey looking at something like 13 different room categories, 20 different pictures, find the swing, and just to make sure that you make the right choice, you put in a little note for reception, make sure you give me room with swing. That's how the customer finds a room with a swing. What if they could do this? Those of you who were sharp looking at the booking engine calendar, you saw that there were 3 little buttons: filter, sort, and discounts. What if you could filter by attributes through your search? What if you could filter by area? So a hillside or a lakeside or city view. You could filter by types of accommodations: cottages, hotels, igloos. We do a lot of igloos in Finland. Or popular attributes like a sauna or EV charging or a swing. Off to browsing. So how do you browse these attributes? For the dissonance reducing behaviour, the second one, where you want to make sure that the customer is able to book something that they won't regret, it's really important to make sure that the attributes that you have in each individual product is pushed forward in your product display. And this is not just taking a nice picture. Matti will notice this one. This is actually a picture of Matti's family's resort in Finland, in the Norsia National Park, where they have 9 beautiful deadwood villas, but they're all slightly different. Very cleverly, what they've done is they've taken a photo of each individual villa from the outside, from the inside. They've taken a picture of the view that you can see from that individual cottage. They've taken a picture of all of the amenities within the cottage. They're very clever on imaging. They also have a short and a long description and icons for all of the features that you will find within each cottage. So for that very difficult customer that is online, making sure that they make the right decision, they have all of the information they need on the individual product that they are buying and on the individual attributes of each product within it. And then we're off to select. Do we charge for these attributes? We're in a room full of revenue people, absolutely. But how we do it, we need to think about. Now, what I find a lot with customers that come to us looking at different core attributes for them, they often build attributes into their package pricing, or they create room types. Like for instance, room with a view comes with a supplement, naturally it's already built into the price. Now, what if you could go as far as saying, if somebody's looking for an attribute, could you give them a supplement? Technology can do this. So somebody looking for a swing will pay for the swing. Somebody not looking for the swing gets standard treehouse. Something to think about. So why are attribute-based selling principles interesting? They really speak to the complex buying behaviour of me going online to make my summer holiday booking. But they also allow us to reduce post-purchase dissonance and help us with reviews. And this is within your booking funnel, especially at the very, very beginning. Any questions so far? Now we're moving on to the second part of the funnel, which is all about the extras. And we talk about agile extras at Morda. Why do you think I have a picture of a Vespa and not a Ferrari in Italy?
Ferrari in the streets.
wouldn't fit in the streets. That's right. To be agile, you need to move quickly and easily. Speed it through to the end, but don't be the fastest, don't be the easiest, don't be the Ferrari, don't be the bicycle, but use something that is convenient and predictable. And this is really looking at the other two behaviours. Your habitual buying behaviour wants to get to the end. Your versatility seeking behaviour also wants to get to the end, but is impulse driven. So they want something in between. And then you've got the other two categories, which are happy to stick around, but still want a smooth flow through to the end. Let's get a Vespa. So what type of extras am I talking about? Essentially, there are three different categories of extras. There are item-based extras, which is a single product added into a room. There's a person-based extra, which is me going to the massage on holiday and my partner going to golf. Or time-based extras that might be based on a time slot that you need to book. So again, the massage maybe for me. Very key for you when it comes to your technology is to make sure that your technology can actually handle the type of extra that you're trying to sell as part of your online booking journey. If your booking engine does not support person-based extras or time-based extras and gets clogged there, you've immediately got the customer out of your booking funnel again. If they get stuck because they don't understand it, it's an immediate out and go find it somewhere else. Or don't buy it at all. Make your extras look attractive and simple to book. This is what customers want to see. If you have the ability within your booking funnel to add images to your extras, images do speak louder than words, so please put them in there. Also try and avoid big long lists of extras because they don't help, they just confuse the customer. And make sure you have a call to action button very clearly saying continue when you're ready. Get me out of here if I want to go pay. Use your core attributes to help you upsell extras. This is where the two philosophies collide and combine and can help you to make more money. This is an example of Dayo, some of you may know of it here in Estonia, who have a lovely sauna house, and when you book the sauna house, they can activate a sauna menu that you can have in the sauna. But if you book Dayo with one of their yurts, without the sauna, you don't get the sauna menu, so you're never disappointed. That's an agile extra. Now we're a Finnish company and we deal with some of the most difficult clients on the planet, and I'll call them the Lappish. In Lapland you often find customers that have 5 or 6 different categories of extras. They've got the transfer, they've got the reindeer, they've got the snowshoes, they've got the baby bassinet that'll keep the baby warm, and they want to pump it all into the extras funnel. If you put everything that the Lappish client would have in one big list, it would be like scrolling down forever, and it would really clog up the entire system. So it's really important to be able to categorize extras for complex businesses in order to make sure that funnel flows through easily. So if you have the ability to categorize, try and do it. You'll get this presentation later, so I won't read it, but essentially agile extras help you to move the customer quickly through the purchase funnel while giving them something that they can buy on impulse and also helping that habitual purchase process to get to the end. Why didn't I mention packages? We're trying to upsell, we're trying to increase value. Everybody talks about packages. It's one of the most important parts of what we do within our direct booking journey to differentiate ourselves against OTAs. See it in the picture? Does everybody know what... Sort of. Does everybody know what a pick and mix shop is? We were in Riga yesterday and I got a bit stuck on this. Does everybody know what a UFO is in a pick and mix shop? It's kind of that little thing that was blue and pink and then had like lemon sherbet in it when you were kids. Does anybody know what a fizzy Coke bottle is? Yeah? Fizzy Coke bottle, better, fantastic. So these were my 2 favourite sweets growing up. It was the UFO and it was the fizzy Coke bottle. And you couldn't get them in packets in Finland, you had to go to a pick and mix store. Now, If I saw a pick and mix bag like that, that didn't have a UFO or didn't have a fizzy Coke bottle in it, would I buy it? No, because they were missing their core attributes. And why would I buy a packet like that in general? To save time, because the rest of it is filled with agile extras. If you get your core attributes and your agile extras right, you have the perfect equation to make a perfect package. Anyway, 7 nights at the Azalik, including a deluxe room with a swing and free mojito for 2 every day. That's me. Come and ask us more about what I've spoken about later on. We are based in Helsinki, and we will also be around tomorrow. If anybody would like to see what More Data does in practice, just give us a shout. So yeah, thank you.